Okay, real quick, first thing I'm going to do is show you something real quick. Your ladder should be 3 feet above the roof line. When you're going up a thing, this is kind of dangerous going up on this, what's it called, gutter, because it's slippery. But as long as the ladder's straight, level, not leaning to the side, it should be okay, and be 3 feet above the roof line. I'm going to show you why when we get up there. Okay, I've got a tape measure in one hand, and I'm reaching up and doing this way. Probably not very safe, but it's actually not too bad because I've done this a lot of times. So I go up to the top of the ladder. The key reason that you need your ladder 3 feet above the roof line, we're a little bit below that. The key reason is so that you have a safety rail to hold on to. You never step above the roof line, and you can step off the ladder. Now when I get back down, I'm going to be able to grab the top of this and put my foot on the first rung below the roof line. Can't really do that with the phone in my hand. But anyway, that's why you do that. So let's go take a look at the chimney. It's quite nice up here. And what we want to do, first thing we do is measure. We got a 19 by around 10 inches roughly opening. Now it's 3.5 inches above the stucco. Notice there's no cracks in it. If there's cracks in it, those should be fixed because water can leak down inside your chimney, cause water damage, and it should be sloped going downward like this. Okay, I'm just showing you, exaggerating it a little bit. Should be sloped going down so the water doesn't pool and soak into here and cause damage. So the new chimney is not going to be exactly that width. Okay, we want the one that's wider and it's a little bit bigger than what the hole is. Okay, the one I've got is 13 inches. Okay, if you can see here, 13 inches will be overlapped there and overlapped here. And the other one is 23 inches, which will overlap here like that, and then overlap there like that, which is fine because it has adjustment. But you want the closest one to your chimney size. So one that's just a little bit bigger than your chimney, and then that's how you do it. That's how I'm doing it. I've never done this before, but I've done a lot of things up on roofs, so it's no big deal to me. This is a double-story house. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here. Solar panels need to be cleaned. Anyway, ultra quiet air conditioner. That was expensive. So anyway, we got to go down the ladder. I can't really show you how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to grab the top rail. I'm going to swing my foot around, okay, and drop it on the first rung that's below the roof line. Okay, and that's how you properly use a ladder. I've been doing it for years. That's actually how the OSHA says to do it. They actually would require me to have a rope on this, but I don't find those ropes to be very safe. I've been tangled in them and almost fallen a few times because of that. So anyway, sue me. No. Right. Anyway, this do it at your own risk. Ladders are very dangerous, and be very careful. But if you follow those rules, usually that should keep you safer. So anyway, we'll go on down and get the new unit. All right, you can get these brand new stainless ones from Vevor website, or you can also get them on Amazon from Vevor, Vevor. And this company right here, I'm upside down, but I think you get the idea. And it needs to be assembled. They're very inexpensive. Comes in a box like so, and we'll assemble it real quick. So I use these little short screws like this to connect all the four corners together like that. Be sure all the holes are on the same side like this. So 4 corners. All right, same short screws. Put the 4 on the top. Remember, this part is the bottom. This is the top. It doesn't have anything. Okay, so what I can tell from the instructions, put these pieces in as supports right here, and then these ones here, like go like this or like this. And then usually what they have is these go through, and then you, but it doesn't look like it would work that way. These usually go through and tighten onto the chimney, onto the flue, but it doesn't look like they go that way on this one. So, because you got to be able to take this off to clean it. So anyway, I'll bring it back in. All right, I'm gonna show you how I did it. I don't know, there's no real good instructions on this part, but I put a nut here, okay, on this side, and then tighten this up so that these studs will be in place. And then what you can do is either way, you know, you could hammer drill holes in the chimney, but I'm not going to do that. I'll show you what I'm going to do when I get up there. And then I will install them when they're kind of out like this, so that all I have to do is take these nuts off sometime to take this cap off so I can service the chimney. So these here, I will do that way and have like this. I'll have these way out. And I'm going to use #1 silicone. I'll show you the product to put this on the bottom of these. And I would not recommend doing this in the wind. It's up to you if you want to try it. They give you these screws to put into your chimney. I was expecting these screws to get screwed into the flue. That's normally how they're done, but this one doesn't seem to be made that way. I mean, well, it just depends on where you get one. I don't know where you're going to get yours from if you don't get it here. These are pretty cheap, but they're stainless steel, so I'd rather have the stainless steel and deal with this. So I'm going to go up there and put these on. I'll show you how I do it. I use this product right here, silicone #1, not #2, not anything else. It better say silicone #1. This is very strong stuff. Okay, anything that's just 100% silicone, no, it's got to be silicone #1. I've got signs that are held up in windstorms with this stuff. Again, it's up to you if you want to try it. You know, and assuming he falls off and hits somebody in the head, that's all on you. You can take the risk on yourself, but this is how I'm doing it, so I'm just showing you right now. Up here, I realized obviously this isn't going to work this way. I was hoping to put these on with silicone. If you have a flat chimney, you could probably do that. What they usually do is hammer drill holes in here into the chimney and mount these if you have a flat surface. I would use like the plastic anchors and really short screws, and then I would put silicone on here as well. Just coat the bottom of this with silicone, plenty of it, put them down, make these brackets permanent. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 screws out in the middle. I'm going to take out one on this side right here and one over here opposite that one, and do the same thing on the other side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw, I'll show you in a second. No way I can do it without showing you. Guys, well, on this chimney, there's only really one way to do this. So I've got to drill a couple holes. I just put these brackets on right here. And what I'm going to do is just drill a couple holes here and drill a couple holes in the unit, and then just use self-drilling screws. But I put this on with silicone. I'll let them set overnight, and then, you know, if you're going to try this, make sure you grab on that thing and move it around, make sure it's not going to come off. I've had really good luck with silicone holding stuff up like this, so it should be fine for me, but again, it's up to you if you want to try it. But yeah, you would take and hammer drill some holes in here and then put in some threaded little plastic inserts or something like that, and then put screws in here. Okay, if you want to do that, that's also a possibility. But I'm not going to go with that direction myself. It's just I worry about, you know, penetrating this and getting cracks and causing water damage from that, so I'm just going to go with this one. Anyway, I'll bring you back in as we get the chimney up. We ran out of daylight. All right, so here's what I ended up doing. Is I thought about this for a little bit, and I put the screws in this direction. If you can see, I put the nut going one direction here. Now I'm going to get a wrench and tighten these two together and adjust it. And what I'll do is I've got these inset a little bit. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. They're set so they're about right here, okay? Then what I'm going to do is put one side on, hook it over through those eyelets, okay, right there. Let me get you guys in frame. On this side, and then pull it over this direction and then hook it on this side, and then it'll be serviceable. The whole thing is if you put this thing on here permanently and you don't make it so that somebody can come up here and take it back off to service it, then you did it the wrong way, because you got to be able to make it so it can come back off. So I'm going to hook it up, hook it on one side, okay, and then hook it, it'll come over far enough because I have these inset. They're about an inch smaller than what it is. So these ones here I can't use, but I'm just going to leave them there. Maybe I could make really short ones. I could put the screws way out here and then have them just sticking a little bit out, and you can kind of bend the metal out a little bit, hook it over. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to go with 4. Just these two. And I mean, these things are, those are on there. You're not getting those off. This thing will take high winds, in my opinion. But it depends on where you live. You just decide for yourself. So this is the way I'm going to do it. We'll finish it up here in a second. So I don't know if you guys can see, but I've lipped it over on this side. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is pull it, kind of bend it a little bit. Took a few attempts here and make it so that I pull it over far enough. I might have to put that one in a little bit deeper. Let's see. Maybe I should put these in just a little bit deeper. I can probably reach underneath here, but I'm trying to think, if somebody else comes up here to service this, are they going to be able to do it? So I think I'm going to put these in about 1/4 of an inch so that it'll lip over. So it's hung up on that side. It's all the way in. It's against the inside in there, if you can even see it. And I'll just put nuts on there once I get this adjusted. I'll adjust these in, and then we'll slide it back that direction a little bit. After I hook it over, I'll slide it back the other way and then put nuts on both sides, and it should be good. All right, well, there it is, guys. Check it out. It's on there. That ain't going anywhere. And I just used 4 of them here. The nuts are on there, and even without the nuts on there, it almost will stay in place. You'd have to go all the way one direction and then slip off the edges here. So that's a pretty sturdy way to put it up. They didn't really have good instructions for that, and I hope that helps you figure out what you need to do. But yeah, this thing worked great. Definitely recommend it. It's all stainless and a whole lot better than the other one I took off. So the other one was not stainless, it was rusty, and it finally just fell apart. It actually had a little Y thing inside that held it in place. It was kind of hokey, and I think this is a lot better on there a lot better, even with just the silicone. So that's just my opinion. You can do it how you want, but you know, it's up to you. Take your own risk at any of this job. If you fall off a ladder, it's not my fault. It is up to you. This is just how I do it. I'm not making any recommendations in this video. Yeah, do it as you wish. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.